You are watching a master at work.
Water is amazing.
Essence of life.
Let me tell you, one of the most beautiful, I don't mean to get religious, this is not religious, although there's nothing wrong with talking about religion. I don't know what's wrong with the world right now. If you talk about religion, it's like you're some sort of criminal. Yes, I know. I'm a Christian. One of the most beautiful quotes ever is, I can't remember exactly where it must be song, but it's something like, as the deer panted after the water, so my soul longs after you. Beautiful. Like as the deer, you know, deers when they run, they get thirsty for water. That's how thirsty I am. The thirst is real.
From religion to this.
I think the thirst has been around for centuries. I tell you.
That's what it is. They knew. They prophesied. The thirst shall be real. The thirst shall be real. God will be squatting.
We'll be squatting all over Instagram.
Squatteth thou. You know what I'm saying?
Thou shalt not squatteth.
Yeah.
For the thirst
is real.
All right, hi guys. Welcome to a podcast about nothing, volume 3, and let's get right into some fragrance talk.
Yeah.
All right. So we have a couple of fragrances here. Just it's a myriad of stuff. Now let's just sniff stuff and talk about stuff.
Yeah.
I don't. You know, I should have brought like some tester strips. I should have got some.
I think we can sort it out.
We can just we know what these smell like.
Yeah, pretty much do.
Let's start with Bergamot 22.
Okay.
Give it a smell. Bergamot 22. What do you think of the House of LeLabo? Let's first start there because that's a good one. And you know that Estee Lauder just bought them.
Yeah.
So that's another.
And Freddie Miles bought by them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big stuff to be honest.
Super huge. And like Estee Lauder is like almost on the level of like oil companies and shit. How much stuff they have. Like these guys are massive.
Yeah, they've got a lot of purchase power.
Crazy.
And I mean, what I think about LeLabo, I think when they first came out, they were different. It's a niche house, and I think a lot of people, when it first came out, it was at a period when a lot of people were talking about niche fragrances and trying as many niches as they could. Well, they came out at the time, and that was quite, booming. And people tried to pick at least one out that smelled good. They went through the entire range. Rose 31 was one that came out big time.
Was very, very.
It was a different rose, and I think that's why people really liked it. Personally, I wasn't a big fan.
I think it's a rose for people who don't like rose.
Yeah, but then again, it's not really a rose scent, so that's why. It's just the name was on it. At least you put it in your collection, and you can show it.
And you can say, "I've got rose," but really, you don't like rose.
Tick
the box, and
it's an all right scent.
It is. I'm telling you, like the hype on that was massive.
Way too much.
I got a sample of it, and I was like, "This is it."
Yeah.
It's like a mild, spicy. It's just. Anyway, this is a podcast about nothing. We're not holding back.
Yeah.
We're going in. Rose 31 sucks.
It sucks, and I tell you what, LeLabo as a house, I think that there's some really good ones. Actor from San Diego I mentioned there, he showed me.
Poivre.
Yeah, that's Poivre, and the other one, a Bay Rose.
Bay Rose, Chicago, super. Yeah,
that was a cool scent. It's a great scent.
That's actually a rose fragrance.
That's a rose with pepper. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I think that pepper is pretty good. It has so there's a DNA of musk in most of it. So that's cool too. Rest suck. Their oud is disgusting. It's a toilet. It's a toilet. Trash. Their what's it? I forget.
Their vanilla is vanilla.
Yeah, it's okay. Bergamot, and I tried this. I did like this. I never bought it, but I liked it.
This is it. I wouldn't pay retail for many things, but I would never pay retail for
LeLabo. That's true.
Never. The prices are freaking stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you're only doing it like that.
Again, the prices are more like in line with people who buy one fragrance and that's it.
And that's it.
Makes sense. But for us, as you all agree with, we have a passion. We want a lot of fragrances. So we really, really justify prices. Is it worth it or not?
True. There's a lot of. It's funny. You're right. With people who are fragrance collectors, you're not just thinking of the fragrance in terms of, am I going to use this? Do I like it? There is so much of opportunity cost factoring into it, because it's like, if I get this, I know I'm not getting something else. So this has to be like the best at what it does, or one of the best in order for me to get it. So we're a little bit more critical and harsher. Also, we have so much access to information that it becomes, So yeah, we do judge things harshly, but it is what it is.
But Bergamot 22, it's cool.
It's cool.
Green.
Absolutely, it's cool. Like it's one that I just splash on warm days.
Yeah.
I just wear it. Very, very easy to wear. It's not super complex. Basically, you get like a very rich. Like the Bergamot is spectacular though. They're not playing around with the ingredients in this one.
Yeah, they do try. They do put something in there.
They do. I think what is most unique about this and why this will stand apart from other fragrances that have bergamot is that there's vanilla in the base.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. And it helps. It's such a great fixative. And this is quite unexpected to have like citrus and something creamy and sweet like vanilla. But it works. It just works. It's in the base. It's not overt.
Yeah.
And it helps it last a long time. Only problem is this is a one-season fragrance.
That's
Only warm weather.
You need the warmth.
You need the warmth, yeah,
To help.
to help it project. It will probably last on your skin. No. This is a very long-lasting fragrance. In the heat, very, very long-lasting.
That's another factor that's really important.
Yeah, that's very. So this is one of the top 2 bergamot fragrances in the world. Like, and I test. Like, one thing about me is, whenever I say things like that, people are always like, "Well, how can you say it's the best?" Whenever I say something is the best, it's because I've done the research.
Yeah.
I've said it's the best, and I'll say it out, and I'll tell people, and do that. If you hear me say something is the best, put in the comment section below, Lupe, why don't you go try this? I will go try it.
Yeah, that's
my first thing that I always do is, do I think it's better or not? 1, I'll take my opinion is the highest. 2, I'll talk to Miss Walker, Shirley Folk. I call it Miss Walker. We'll see what she thinks. Her opinion is number 2. Then there are about 60 girls. You don't have access to a lot of females. No, it's not in that way. Not in that way. I just mean, like I work.
You set me up about 5
No. I work with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I they know that I test fragrances. So I usually go to them and say which one is better, which is better, and immediately they'll just tell me. And like so many of them, like I'll do over a week. Easily, I can get over 100 responses. Easily, if I put my mind to it.
Yeah.
I usually do that. So when I've done that, and an overwhelming response to that one is better, I will say it. It's the best.
Yeah.
So that's why you hear me speak with authority, and I'm kind of direct and a little bit firm on my opinions, because I've done so much research on it. I just don't like.
I respect that, because the thing is, I know a lot of guys will be like, yeah, but Lupe, that's your opinion. You know what I mean?
It's not
And
just
that's
my
cool.
opinion.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But I mean, they will still say like, where I'm from. We didn't. But the cool thing, like yesterday, I said, hey, you've smelled lavender. I know you like this, but I said, hey, try it, lavender. He tried it. He's into buying it now.
I'm gonna buy it.
So at least you open-minded. You will listen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, but like in Prague, people try to hype things up too much, and it's not actually all that. We have a lot of individuals who hype things up, and at the end, it's just an average, overpriced, usually also fragrance. And that's why a lot of people will say, but Lupe, maybe you're doing that too. But again, like I think with fragrances, we have similarities, but at the same time, we also differ a little bit. And that's why, like, I listen to him and say, okay, have you tried this? He'll say, oh, I'm gonna try it. So that's why.
Absolutely.
That's
I always listen. Like, if you give me a suggestion, I'm like,
yeah.
All right, I'll listen. I'll see what it smells like.
Yeah.
I ask people. Like yesterday, like I told people, Enigma is such a frag gum hype beast.
Yeah.
Enigma is overrated. So overrated. And I think the reason why it's overrated is because it's a newer fragrance. When ROJA did his big push to sort of globalize and become a force, Enigma was the fragrance he did it on the back of.
Yeah, that's true.
That was
America,
yes, Enigma was just released. That's
Creation,
the only,
whatever it was,
Creation. That's the only reason I shit you not.
Yeah,
now people will say, "Oh no, it's beautiful. It's this." I smelled it. I have a friend. Like when you smell it again, it smells like gummy colas. I shit
Gummy
you not.
colas, it's a true story.
Go smell it again and
Yeah,
think of
true.
it. That's what it smells like. Is that a bad smell?
Yeah.
No.
I agree with you. It's overrated. It's not a bad smell. It's well done, but it
When
smells
we asked
like
that girl,
Coca-Cola.
what she say?
Danger.
Danger. I'm telling you, I've done the test.
Dangerous.
Danger is the one that, like, if you're looking, everything that people say, Enigma does, like, oh, it's so sexy, it's so this.
No.
It's Danger that does that.
Danger.
It's Danger that does that. And it's not that no girl will like Enigma.
There will be some.
There will be some, and there were
Only some though.
But I'm telling you, out of every 10, about 7 said Danger.
Yeah, for sure. Because danger is pleasing. It's complex enough for pleasing. A lot of people I know who are very good critics about fragrances. They say it's a very basic scent and all that. It's not. It's a very well-made scent.
Absolutely.
It's not new. I will say Guerlain Heritage is that scent.
Like, if you like ROJAs, you have to test out the entire Guerlain range before you come to a consensus.
Yeah. Like if you want to say,
eye-opening.
yeah, if you want to say, because the thing is, I think there's a lot of talk about ROJA anyway. I think the fragrances are fantastic because it's got the access to quality. But obviously, a lot of the fragrances are sort of reinterpretations of older scents. So for you to make a good sort of comparison, you should try out some of the older Guerlains. As for reference at least, so you know, okay, you know, this is why this scent is better.
What is your consensus on that? And we have to factor in price. One thing is that if you notice a lot of my reviews, I never ever talk about price. I never even mention the price because I feel like I mean we're both economics, you're finance and economics. We know that the value of money is relative. If I'm a millionaire, $1 ain't shit to me. But if I only have $500 in the bank account, $1 is a lot. You know, so if I'm doing a review and I say that, oh, this fragrance is very expensive to a millionaire, it's not. You know, it's like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. It's cool. So that's why I never talk about it because it's too subjective.
It is subjective.
It's too subjective. But when it comes to ROJA fragrances, just because of how astronomical the prices are in comparison to
the usual range,
you do have to sort of bring it in. And I only bring it in terms of comparing other fragrances. So, what's your opinion of ROJAs in comparison to Guerlains that you know there is some similarity and there's some links? And what's your thought process on the whole thing? Should I just like fuck ROJA? I'm gonna get Guerlain.
No, I think that Guerlain Heritage was one of my favorite scents before I tried Danger. When I tried Danger, I knew exactly where I smelled this before. Danger is just a much better version. So therefore, just because there was a version before, should I dismiss ROJA? Or should I embrace it, basically? Embrace it. I mean, if it's a better version that suits you and everything else, by all means, go for it. I mean, I know that's where the price comes in there, because obviously with the Heritage, put that price against ROJA's price, there's a huge difference. And therefore, again, that's another element of a factor that you can incorporate in terms of what will I purchase. And I think we mentioned it yesterday. I know the ROJA prices are high. Again, it's a house whereby most individuals who buy ROJAs will go in, get a consultation, they'll figure out a scent for you, you buy that one scent, and that's your scent for a couple of years, or however
it's not really a house for people who collect fragrances.
It's not. It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. It's for two types of people. One, the people who have a bit of money and they want one scent, one or
different,
two, a different scent. It's for people who are very wealthy and want to buy gifts for people. So if you want to buy a gift to impress someone, that's it. And then it's for the super wealthy. But the super wealthy are even still a small percentage of the population. They're not going to keep any one business alive. And ROJA knows that. That's why it's expanded into so many.
So when it comes to ROJA,
distribution avenues,
don't hate. Have a look. Look what you like.
Very true.
Whatever elements you do like, he probably has a scent for it. It's a damn good scent. It's up to you, obviously, if you want to buy it.
ROJA does not make bad fragrances.
It does make bad
Apart from...
Oh!
And we actually do have them here. Yes. So let's segue. We've talked about Bergamote 22. Very nice. Let's segue, dovetail beautifully into these. I have some samples. This is ROJA's Tutti Frutti collection.
Tutti Frutti.
Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti. But let me start off.
He's not a musician, that's for sure.
No, not at all. I'll stick to my day job. So when I saw the marketing ads for it, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I didn't even know where to start. In terms of the marketing for these fragrances, I don't think they got one thing right.
I think I know what they were trying to do. I think I know what they're trying to do.
Obviously, you get it. You're trying to appeal to maybe a younger
Arab.
Exactly.
I would say.
So maybe a young Arab princess.
That's what it is. You know, who walk in Harrods or Selfridges. They want something different finally. Oh, try this. You know, it's ROJA. Like, oh, it must be good.
Yeah,
So it's like,
it must be good, and then
yeah.
you smell it, and then you're like,
And obviously the sales team is awesome, so you know they will.
Of course, yeah. They will.
But,
They will do a good job.
Yeah. I don't think that.
But these are, and the funny thing is that at first when I smelled it, because I'm an optimist, I never like go into anything.
I'm a pessimist.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, how much?
You need that balance. Like,
But you're like, no, give it a try.
No. I actually went in.
I know, you're good like that.
I thought the marketing was bad. I thought the names were atrocious. Then I was
those
like,
are
oh
jokes.
my god, let's just keep it together, okay? But so I went in, sweetie oud, candy oud, fruity oud, and I said I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's find the good in these. And okay, good. The good in them is that they are different from the other things in the range. They feel a particular niche in the market in terms of people who want something sweet, light, whatever. I also think that adding oud to these sort of compositions in terms of candy-fied, fruity, accords is actually quite interesting and quite nice. But this is where it all falls apart. One, we all know that these are very synthetic compounds. There is no candy essence. There's no essence of candy. There's no essence of strawberry or essence of even fruits. You can't get essences from fruits. So they're high quality synthetics, but they're still synthetics. Yeah. At the end of the day. And for someone who has a very well developed nose like me and you can smell that and immediately it smells a little bit cheap. Yeah. It just does. And then the prices are astronomical. Yeah. So the price is not matching what's going on. And then also they don't smell like ROJA's. It's so obvious that he's doing something that's outside of himself. Yeah. ROJA's fragrances are
It goes against his philosophy.
It goes entirely against his philosophy, and you can smell it.
This is the fruity.
It's the oud in that's beautiful though. The stank, the stank, a little danky stank that's a nice oud. But one thing is this: these are some of the most simplistic scents in this collection. Yeah, I mean to be honest, Diaghilev is like that is the epitome of what he does in terms of so complex and so well done. These are very, very simplistic.
The thing is, when it came to these three, I did try. I dismissed them very quick. I'll give you a quick review. But,
no, I actually gave him a really too long rope, and then I just reached the end of the rope and I was
like, Frutti is the only one that maybe was okay. But
Frutti
is so much easier thing to wear.
I liked it a little bit. I compared to Jubilation 25.
Jubilation is so much better.
But of course, come on, of course it is. That's the point. Yeah. Jubilation is so much better, and it's cheaper.
Oh, well, of course.
It's a lot cheaper. You get 100 mils for like 100 pounds, or 100 and something, or like 150 or something pounds less than this.
Yeah. Like what you get from here is like strawberry, blueberry, that kind of bubble gum,
and then just a rank just this.
And boom! Just that horse just rides by and drops one.
And drops a deuce.
Doo-doo brown.
Doo-doo browns.
This is Sweetie.
Sweetie is the one that in the concentrated form like that, it's supposed to smell like croutons. Not croutons. What are those like sandwich breakfast treats that have different colors?
Oh, macarons.
Macaroons! I was gonna say croutons. What's up?
Croutons.
Yeah. Where the hell did I get that from?
What kind of oud horse did he go?
I've been smelling too much.
Fucked up.
Okay.
I see that.
It's supposed to smell like macaroons. My girl loves macaroons, but when you spray it on the skin, it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. I can smell kind of from here. Mm-hmm. I see what he's trying to do. There's a bit of a bakery sort of like a bit of that pastry smell to it.
Yep, you got that right on point.
But the rest is just too sweet. And then the oud again, it's just you can't wear macarons. That's it.
End of story.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Pick candy.
Let's move on.
All right,
candy smell that we all know. But I mean, you just put it right. You can't wear macarons.
There you go. Cool. Done. Boom.
And if you don't believe us, try it.
Yeah, do.
Yeah,
Obviously try it.
absolutely.
I mean, there's opinions, obviously.
Yeah, it's
but,
just opinions, so you can make a bullet yourself.
good ones. But...
All right. Next up, let's talk about D600. New in my collection, D600 Eau de Parfum is made by a company called Carner, Barcelona.
Okay.
And Carner Barcelona is a very, it's a very quite. I don't like the way that these guys actually got their notoriety in Fragcom is from Canada. It's nothing else, honestly. There is no like. First thing is, I mean, I love the presentation.
Nice
I really think that this is very well done.
Well done.
Absolutely. Like, to be sincere, that's beautiful. With the Carner Barcelona etched in the top, that D600. I love that sort of rustic paper.
Yeah.
Very simple but elegant. Now on to the fragrance inside. Iris, which is a very sort of buttery, plasticky, floral.
Yeah.
It's almost scentless, but has a scent. It just Iris, I get a feel from Iris, not really a smell. Does that make sense? I get a sensation rather than a smell. I also get that from lavender. Lavender makes me calm.
Yeah.
Rather than that's how I detect it. But with Iris, I detect sort of like almost like a scentless flower. That's just, I don't know, a buttery scentless flower. And they have a huge hit of vanilla in there as well.
That's pretty much what I get.
That's pretty
All
much
I
it.
get.
Like, to be sincere, there's a lot more going on, and it's funny because we're going to have a podcast about this issue, and we might as well talk about it now. Now, in this fragrance, there's a lot of notes. There's a lot of like spicy notes. I get a little bit of oak moss in there as well. There's some more florals, but these are things that you have to dig your nose into your hands to find. You have to be doing that all day to discover how they're developing, when they're really peaking up and stuff like that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
No.
Like, there's no way. Like, it's ridiculous. So when I do reviews, I concentrate on the main 2 or 3. I pick 2 or 3, and that's what I focus on. Because when someone is sitting next to you and they're conversing to you, you're interacting with people in the real world. That's if you're a social person and you don't lock yourself in the house all day. People, please go out and meet people. Then those are the only things that will be important. Yeah. You know?
The main
those are the main things. Because there was a thread in one of the Facebook groups, fragrance groups, and someone was going on about how, you know what, when I see a reviewer and they're not telling me that they can smell this and this and this and this, how can you mention this and you're talking about, you only mentioned 2 points. And I'm like, look, that's how you end up with reviews that are like 27 minutes and 30 minutes, and just like, it doesn't take you that long to say this. It lasts a long time on the skin. You can smell a lot of iris and vanilla. There's some other spice notes. It's quite feminine because the vanilla is very prominent, and the iris is a very floral. Really nice fragrance, good quality.
It's definitely good quality.
I think you can wear it year round.
Yeah.
That's an entire review that I just did.
Yeah, pretty much.
And
to be honest, like I used to make fragrance reviews on YouTube, but I don't have time necessarily. But when it came to it, I looked at what others were doing, you know, like 20 minutes reviews, and
that stuff is ridiculous.
It's too much. Like, I think that I know a lot of people have come away from like reviewing the box.
Oh my god!
Like,
I don't know who really. The funny thing is that there and it's like no shade to anyone. I'm friends with all these people. It's okay to disagree. But Cubby used to be super short. And Cubby, actually, to be sincere, Mark is the person in Fragcom who has the biggest phase, if he's the prolific phase. But it's because he's been doing, he's stuck with it. You have to give him credit.
Yeah.
He's truly passionate about it.
He's stuck with it. He's stuck
with it. And that's very important in life, period. Whatever you're doing, just even if you're knocking on the door and you don't have any strength, knocking on the door 1,000,000 times will break it down.
I mean, but the thing is, he does do that, which is fantastic. But again, it doesn't mean that you have to sort of, you know. What I'm saying is like Cubby. Yeah. Cubby used to have more subscribers than Mark. Oh, yeah. Cubby, he just stopped. His reviews were about 2 or 3 minutes. That's how it should be. I mean, the thing is, if he'll tell you everything that you need to know. Yeah. Because look, when it comes to fragrance reviews, and if I want like an in-depth, a long piece of review, I like some of the blogs. Yeah. And there's several that are fantastic. To be sincere, if I really want to know more about a review, I might watch a long, in-depth review. But then some reviews are so redundant, and like you said, like people reviewing the box. I don't care. I mean, the sprayer. Yeah. I mean,
Like,
if it's
you know,
notable, if there's a notable thing to say, do it.
Do
if
it.
the spray is bad or it breaks, warn people.
warn people, yes. And,
Yeah.
but you don't even have to spend a long time on that.
Just say bad sprayer.
But yeah, bad
That's
sprayer,
it.
it sprays.
So on to the set.
Anyway, but my main thing is
Yeah.
this, and we're dovetailing into something else. It's just that it's not important to know every single note in there. The first
No.
thing is this: most 99% of people do not even know what iris smells like.
That's true.
And iris is a big player. There's talk less of the minute notes that are in there
Yeah.
that people are not going to be able to pick up.
I mean, if they say
Period.
there's a watermelon note in it,
It's-
I'm like, really?
Like really,
Okay,
okay.
maybe
the
there's a
watermelon
drip of
is
it,
in,
but-
is in the base. It comes in 9 hours. Like, and then it's balanced with the geranium, and the geranium is so sprightly and minty, fresh. It's Indonesian. Like, come on, dude. Like, what kind of smell? Okay, but what you will still be smelling is watermelon. Then why didn't you just say that? Anyway, that's just one of my things. But D600, I think it's quite feminine.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think the interesting thing is this. It's like Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense without the woody, leathery, ambery
Yeah.
notes. So it sits somewhere between Dior Homme and Dior Homme Intense.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between. But Dior Homme has the leather to make it more masculine. And Intense has the amber
Yeah.
and the warmth and depth and the darkness to it to make
I'll
it.
say it.
Yeah.
Both Diors are superior to
Are
us.
superior, yes.
For
Yes,
a man
they
at
are.
least. I mean, some
Yeah,
people might
they
find
are.
this a bit more
They are.
excessively. I think, yeah, I think it's a niche version of that, but this is the case with the designer beat the niche.
Yeah, yes it is.
That's
Yes
all.
it is, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I might wear it a couple more times just to
Get it.
for exactly because
Something might change.
Exactly, something might change because I always give
Give it a
things
chance,
a
yeah.
second chance. But I'm thinking that this is gonna be Shirley's fragrance.
Yeah, okay.
I think this is gonna smell fantastic on her. So
That's,
so
yeah,
that's that for D600.
Okay.
Naxos, which
yeah.
I'm a really big fan of, which you're kind of
Yeah.
on the fence yet. Yeah,
I mean, this is getting a lot of hype out there.
It's getting a lot of hype out there.
I mean, obviously, you like it a lot.
I like it a lot. I haven't yet reviewed it, so
Okay.
my thoughts can change. I can be like,
Yeah.
I hate that motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't yet put out my review. I want to be very,
Okay.
very sure.
I mean, out of the new 2 releases that came out, Naxos the more interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, I forgot what it smelled like.
Zephyro.
There you go.
It smells
So-
like Gucci cologne.
Okay.
I will show you. I have
Yeah.
both. I have samples. And I'll
Yeah.
show you.
I mean, it's nice, but I don't remember it. So that
Which
is
is
kind of
okay.
a suggestion
It's
that
not,
it wasn't,
it's not a high impact
for me at least. When I smelled Naxos, I remembered I smelled this somewhere. We all know it's Pure Havana. It
Pure
is
Havana.
Pure Havana. This is just upscale Pure Havana.
Okay. All right.
For me, that's that.
Okay.
If you like Pure Havana, you will love Naxos.
Naxos. Okay. All right.
That's it.
That's it.
Like,
Alright.
I like Pure Havana. I like Naxos.
For me, I don't like Pure Havana. I like this.
Yeah.
Now,
You're
is
the
it
rarity
similar?
expert.
No, is this similar to Pure Havana? Yes, it is.
It's that that tobacco note
Yeah,
that's similar.
the tobacco is it Tonka and Pure Havana. I'm not so.
Probably.
ready about
I mean,
it.
Pure
But the
Havana
thing is,
what they-
Pure Havana has cherry in
Yeah.
it as well.
This
This
doesn't
doesn't have
have-
cherry.
yeah.
This has honey. I think
Yeah.
Pure Havana. Like tobacco notes. There's this honey tobacco interpretation of tobacco. This has a honey note separate from tobacco, and that honey note is very, very sweet, very fun. This also has a lot of orange juice.
Yeah.
In the dry down, this has a woody note. I think it's hinoki wood,
Okay.
or cashmere or something. There's a woody note in there that smells like coconut.
Okay.
So this actually evolves a lot, and this is actually a warm weather fragrance. Meanwhile, Pure Havana is not.
No, certainly not.
Yeah.
But I think this is. I mean, obviously, this range, the 1861, is more lighter, so it's more,
Yes.
it was meant to
Yeah.
go into like.
It's meant, yes, it is. It is because I was talking to someone who knows a lot about the creation
Yeah.
and said Naxos is actually a city in Italy, and they're well known for their oranges.
There you go.
So
And I
that's why
think-
it's actually there's a huge hit of
But I think this is a
oranges.
summer evening scent,
Yes, it is.
not a day scent.
No, but I've worn it in the daytime.
Yeah.
No, I've worn it on the hottest day of the
I
year.
can't do
And
that.
Dude, I assure you, I know it's counterintuitive. It smells very, very sweet. Like once it be coin. What happened was that I got it. I had just a sample. I got a sample. It was super hot, and I was just like I'm too excited to
Yeah.
smell. It's gonna be my scent for the day. Dude, the compliments, the adoration was off the chains. I was walking towards someone I walked with. She was like, I'm talking about with at least 10 or 11 people. That she was like, oh my goodness, you smell amazing. Come here. And she hugged me. Like those were the reactions I was getting. I was like, this is legit. But the thing about it is that it is a somewhat generic smell.
Yeah.
It is. Like, if you're looking for this to be something unique, it's not. This is basically, as you said, the similarities there to Pure Havana and to a lot of other scents. Fève Delicieuse, like all things we have with tonka bean, tonka bean,
it's a new thing
tobacco.
again.
It's a new, exactly. This has that. It's that same smell. Same smell. So this is not going to be mind blowing in terms of being unique, but it's going to be mind blowing in terms of being pleasant.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
Shirley
again,
loves
especially
it.
those, it's not going to be a scent that you won't like.
Yeah.
There was someone online, he said actually have blind buy this. And I said, look, to be honest, the best way to gauge whether you should or not is that if you like, I know kind of the opposite of what I just said, but like if you do like Pure Havana, you will love this.
But I think
if you don't like Pure Havana, you might not like.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. If you like Pure Havana or love Pure Havana, you will love this even more.
It might be a good blind buy.
Yeah, but if you don't like Pure Havana, it's a might.
It's a might. Buy sample first.
It's a might. Yeah.
Buy sample first situation. But it's a good scent.
Yeah. I love it. To be sincere, I wore it like intensely for a while, and I haven't worn it since then. But I have so many options. It's like I have to, like, honestly, I 100% know that if I want to get compliments and stuff, I can wear this. I know, but to be sincere, it's not the most interesting scent to me.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not interesting. To be sincere, it's not interesting at all.
Yeah, it's a nice scent.
It smells like it smells generic to me. Generic is harsh. It's a very harsh word,
yeah,
but it does have a generic sense to it.
Well, some of the Xerjoffs are generic, but just damn good.
But just damn good at it.
Like udon.
Udon is also one that has a generic. New is not generic. As people say generic, new is like that. I completely disagree with. Like, find me something that new smells. The closest thing.
Find me something like Bleu de Chanel. It smells like. Because people say it's generic. It's not. It's actually a good scent.
It's actually a good scent. Yeah.
I'm just saying, because all those who wear Bleu de Chanel.
Generic. That's another thing that we can discuss in another podcast. What does the term generic mean?
Yeah, people love saying it. But...
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's wrap up this podcast and we'll move on to the next podcast and we'll have some more discussion. Can we get some more hand gestures for an outro? Come on, something. Give us something.